Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from stampyourartout.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US, and I'm here to bring you a live paper crafting class here on YouTube and Facebook. If you are on YouTube, please say hello to Trisha Joseph. She is my moderator. She's here to help answer questions. The comments that are left during the live, I can't actually click on and respond to afterwards. So she's a blessing. She's here to help us out. And then on Facebook, we have Lisa Marshall, who is checking on questions and all that. So say hello to Lisa as well. And a big welcome again to all of you. If you're new, kind of type that in the chat and let us know that you're new. It's always fun to meet new crafters. If you've been watching for a long time, let me know how long you've been watching. And today is February 15th. 2023, the day after Valentine's Day. I hope that all of you had a wonderful time with your people that you love. It's 11 a.m. Central Time as I'm coming to you live. And if you're watching after the live, there's always a chance to comment afterwards as well. You get entered into a prize drawing if you're commenting. So please don't just sit and watch, chat, hang out with us, have fun. I wanted to mention something else and it keeps leaving my brain. That's okay, it'll come to me. In this video, I am going to share with you the new Hello Irresistible suite of products. This suite or collection will be available come March 1st. It's part of our new online exclusives products. These are not products that will be available in any publications. So they're just going to be online at the online store, stampinup.com. And if you want anything, you'll want to make sure that you don't delay too long because they're only while supplies last. And hopefully they won't sell out like too quickly, but just keep that in mind that once these items are gone, they're gone. Gosh, it's so fun. Everybody's chiming in, telling me where they're from. Hello, hello. I see Vicky's name popping up too. It's so great to see my friends showing up with me. Thank you, you guys. Okay, what else do I want to say? I think that's it. I mentioned the prizes. Let's go to the supplies. All right, I'm gonna click over here and I'm gonna show you on my computer the items that you would need if you wanted to recreate the cards that I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to walk you through how to make these Hello Irresistible double-sided designer paper cards. Basically, if you have double-sided designer paper, you'll want to keep this card idea, this the way that I'm making this in mind, because it's a great way of displaying both sides of your designer paper. Now you want to pick out a designer paper that looks great together. The two sides look great together. If you have two contrasting sides, it might not work so well because you can see from that first photo that's up in the upper left that I've flapped over, or I've folded over one side, the back side of the designer paper towards the front. So you can see how they blend together really well. I'm going to be showing you those papers soon. Those are the measurements that you'll need, and they're very basic because I have, I think, 6 or 7 different cards to share with you. And so all of those cards are using different colors, maybe a couple different steps. So I tried to be real basic on the measurements so that you could apply them to any of the cards that I'm sharing today. And then you can see the supplies that are listed. The first set of supplies, all the way down to the heat tool. So you can see here, I'm just going to highlight them. All of these are ones that I'm going to be using on the first card, the one that I walk you through completely. And then I'm going to be introducing you to other versions of the card, as you can see in this photo over here. So those cards have different supplies, obviously different colors, and I'll be walking you through the rest of those supplies. And then from this point, let's see here, oopsie, I'm highlighting too much now. From this point down, those supplies are used on all. Oh, and it's going to have that little fun little thing there. Okay, sorry about that. But all of those supplies are used on all of them. Those are the adhesives and the cutting tools and all that. You don't need to take a screenshot of this. This PDF will be available at 12:15. So a little over an hour from now, you'll be able to visit my website at stampyourartout.com, and you can click on the post and you'll be able to see the photos of all the cards, close-up photos. You'll be able to download this PDF. You'll see the measurements there again, a visual supply list, links to everything that you need. Okay, so let's go down to the desktop. Oops, hang on. There we go. And this is the new set of products I'm introducing you today. So, all right, we're going to be using the Irresistible Blooms stamp sets. Thank you, Sue. The Irresistible Blooms dies, these coordinate with it. And then the Hello Irresistible designer paper, which I have definitely used. I love this paper. It's so pretty. And then we'll also be using the loose frosted dots. So let's first introduce you to the stamp set. You can see that we have some floral and leaf images here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And with those floral and leaf images, we have frame dies. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, this one here, this little one. These three, this one here, and this one here are all independent from the stamps, so you can use them in different ways. These are more like detailed dies. We have a frame die, kind of a border die. In the stamp set, we've got different sentiments that are kind of all occasion. We've got hooray, thank you, hello, I like you. So lots of all occasion type of wording. And then we've got this splatter stamp, which is really fun for me lately. I'm using it on a completely different type of card. It's not a floral. Using it more like pepper, salt. I'll be showing you that card soon on my blog, so make sure that you stay tuned. In fact, you'll want to subscribe to my blog if you're not already, because I share things more than just once a week. I try to share at least 3 to 4 times a week, different projects and stuff. These are the beautiful papers that we're going to be playing with. And the colors that are in this paper would be Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, Soft Seafoam. Some of you that have been around with Stampin' Up! For a while are like, what? Yeah, Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. They're older colors. They're returning in this paper. So let's take a peek. We've got, oh gosh, just, it looks like a blending brush, doesn't it? Where you just take a blending brush to it, and first you do like white embossing on white paper, and then you blend all over it, and it just makes that white pop out. That's the illusion that you get. It's not specialty paper there, though. There's no glossiness to it. And then there's the back side of that one. I'm going to set that one aside because we're going to need that one for our card. I've only got one sheet of that left, but here you can kind of peek at the colors. Now, if you want to see a lot of these new papers, I did do a Facebook Live last week and about 5 days ago, and you'd be able to see a lot of this stuff in more detail, plus some of the other things that we were able to pre-order. So you can see all the fun imagery here, beautiful colors, beautiful combinations, lots of blending. Lots of white on the colors, right? As if it's that emboss resist look. Do you see some of these papers too even look as if you could cut out the flowers and leaves? In fact, I'm going to grab that sheet now. So hopefully that gave you a good peek at the beautiful papers. And I'm going to set that aside. Again, these are the colors that are coming back. They're going to be featured in that paper. They're coming back in that paper. Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to show you before we dive into the card are the loose frosted dots. And you can see, it looks like there's a shiny side, but that's actually the flat side. And then we have, and here, what I'll do is I'll put it on here. Then we have these, here, let's just go like that. Okay. So you can see pink in there, you can see the yellow. So I think we have the Flirty Flamingo, or maybe that's Petal, I don't know. That's definitely Peacock, and then we have Daffodil Delight, and they come in 3 different sizes. Let's zoom in so you can see them. So we're going to be adding those to our card, okay? Golden Valley, hi Betty from Golden Valley. That's just right around the corner. I love it when you guys tell me where you're from. It's fun to see, you know, how far away people are, how close they are. Alrighty. I know Luann is just down the block from me. Okay, we're going to start with our Daffodil Delight paper. And let's grab our trimmer. and we're going to cut. We're going to cut our cardstock. Our cardstock comes in 8.5 by 11 and 12 by 12. This is our 8.5 by 11 Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to cut it so that we're going in, actually let's cut it this way first. We're going to go to the 5.5 inch mark. So I'm going to cut at 5.5 inches, which is going to cut this 11-inch cardstock in half. So if I wanted to, I could take and fold this, and I could make a card with this piece, and I could make a card with this piece. Our 8.5 by 11 makes 2 cards when folded that way, and you can fit them into our A2 or our medium-sized envelopes. I'm not going to use all of this. In fact, I'm going to cut this down now. We're going to make our base 1/4 of the cardstock because we're going to actually flap over some designer paper to make that the part that opens and closes on our card. So we're going to bring this to 4.25. That's half of 8.5. Now before I cut this, there is a little symbol. In fact, I'm going to bring you back to that measurement sheet. Do you see this? Right here. There's a little symbol there that is the less than sign. Mathematics, gotta love it. Hi, Luann. I was just saying how close you are to me. But yeah, that's the less than sign. And the less than sign means we're not going to do exactly 4.25. We're going to go less than. And in parentheses, I put down 4 3/16. So we're going to go 1/16 inch, which is on the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, one tiny little line back. So we're making it slightly skinnier than 4.25. All right, then we need, oh my goodness sakes, I thought I just put a new blade in. What the heck? Got all this fringe coming off my cardstock. I may have to change blades on us during this. We'll see. When you start to get little frayed ends on your cardstock, you guys, that's a sign that your blade needs to be either flipped around or it needs to be changed out for a new blade. You know what? I'm not going to worry about that right now. I think we're okay. All right, so I've got our base. And now this piece here is going to be the part that it's going to actually show this way first on the front, and then it's going to open like that so that we see the beautiful full floral detail on the inside of the card. So to do this, we need a little bit that's going to wrap to the back and connect here. So we're going to score this at 1/2 inch. Sorry, a 1/2 inch. Did I say 1? At 1/2 inch. So we're going to score it at a 1/2 inch. And then we also have to score it here where it's going to flap this way to show just a portion. See how this is showing just a portion? So we need to fold that back. So the score lines, and you know what, before we do that, let's save a little bit of this. It's only going to be a little strip that we cut off, but I'm going to save just a little strip. So it's going to be 5.5 inches tall. So why don't we save that 1/2 inch at the top and see if we can do something with that later on, okay? Who knows, right? I mean, every designer paper piece is salvageable and can be used somewhere, right? So now we need to fold this back and fold this forward. We need to put score lines in here, and this first one's going to be at a 1/2 inch. So we're going to score there, and then we're going to score again so that that 1/2 inch is on the other side of 4.25, which brings us to 4 3/4 inches. And if you want to see what I mean by that, I'm just going to fold this way. 4 1/4 is the width of our card on the A2 size card, right? So if we stick this right here with this part folded, you can see it goes to 4 1/4. With it flattened out, it goes to 4 3/4. So we're going to score there. This is going to get folded in this direction. This is going to get folded in that direction. All right, so that's how you do it. And with 6x6 designer paper, it's perfect. You can make this full base, or not full base, the front part of the base with a 6x6 piece so easily. So even with 12x12 paper, 6x6 paper, this pattern of cutting and scoring will still work. All right, we're just going to set that aside for just a minute. And you can see now, if I fold this and attach it to the back, this is where the card opens. So let's do that. Let's take our bone folder. Here it is. Let's give this a good crease. And let's give this a good crease in that direction so it lies a little bit flatter. We're going to stick this inside, And now the reason why we cut this a 1/16 of an inch shorter, the daffodil piece, is because when you look at how this is connected, it needs to allow for this to wrap around it, which creates a little bit of measuring there. Like you got, it's maybe not a full 1/16 of an inch, but it's enough where it sticks out further. So we wanted to make sure that we had enough space where this was still tucked under. And because that edge is kind of bleh, I'm going to stick it on this side instead. I need a new blade. I swear I just changed it out this morning. Okay, so we're lining everything up. And thanks, Bonnie. She gave me the thumbs up and she shared the video. That's so sweet of you. Thank you for sharing and mentioning that you shared, because you get in on the prize drawing that way. So what I did is I pushed this cardstock as far into that crease as I could, making sure that it was aligned top and bottom. And I'm holding it this way because I think it's easiest to put the adhesive on if you have it upside down. You open this up, you take and run your seal. Oopsie. You run your seal down here. I have a new thing that I just put in too. New cartridge. There we go. And then you just take and flap it back like that. Okay? Super easy. Then we can open it up. Oh, there's our card. We have our full card. Okay, now we need to put some decorations here before we put it completely down. And what I've cut out is a couple 1/2-inch strips. Just some coordinating colors that go with the colors of the card. So I chose the base color, which is Daffodil Delight, and I also chose the soft seafoam because green is one of my favorites. I love green. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the underside, outside edge here, and we're going to attach our Daffodil Delight to it. So I'm going to open up the card completely, and I'm going to line up by holding it this way, that small edge of Daffodil Delight, just like that. Okay, so now we have, when you put this down, you can see that border. It really stands out more, doesn't it? Okay, now we're going to take and do the same thing again, like this. And we're going to put this one down and do the same thing. Oops, just open it all the way up. Okay, so we're going to connect down here, connect at the top, and press. Now I do want to warn you, and you can see it on my designer paper that I've picked out here. Who gave the green hearts? Oh, Nancy, thank you. You can see it on this designer paper here that it has grids on it. So if you have a designer paper that's got straight up and down lines, you know, this one has a grid, so obviously straight up and down lines. You'll want to make sure that you're putting these little pieces on here evenly. If you feel like you didn't, you know, you have to peel them away and reattach them again. I'm just going to, here, I'm going to show you what I do to fix it in case there was an issue. So you just go like this and peel it up a little bit. And then you can take and flap it this way and look as you're pressing it down to make sure that your paper is pulled out the right amount. Okay, so you might have to use the design, I guess is what I'm saying, when you're placing it down. Now, do you also see we've got a little bit of cardstock sticking out here? So before we press this all the way down and adhere it, we're just going to do a little trim. Okay, and then the last thing you'll want to think about before you stick this all the way down is on your card, and I did it on this one, I have some flowers tucked under there a bit. So you can either put your adhesive further away from that exact edge, or you can take and add your flowers first. And let's just move to the new let's move to the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and bring out this piece of paper now. Okay, I'm gonna have to trim this down a bit though, because we are, in fact here, I'm just gonna trim around a couple of these, because we are going to be die cutting on our mini emboss machine, our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the Mini Boss. I did it by hand because I didn't want to cut through the flowers and ruin some of them that I could die cut later. So on this type of paper, where you have your pattern that you can do some die cutting from, you'll want to make sure that you cut that way instead of doing straight cuts. Let's grab our dies, and we're going to do our 2 flowers, and we need our platforms. Oh my gosh, another beautiful color. It's called boho blue. Okay, I'm going to set up my platform. So I've got my white, I've got my scratchy one, and I've got my clear one. Just so you know, you guys, if you're having issues with, I'm just going to do this again here just to make sure. If you're having issues catching your plates into your machine, one tip that was recently reviewed with a lot of us demonstrators is to make an E, to have your bottom, your top, and your middle form an E. Do you see that there? It looks like, sticking out further, sticking out just a little bit, sticking out further. So if there's a little bit of a gap in here is basically what you're doing. It's going to allow your rollers inside your machine to catch on those better. Another thing that might help for some of you, because there's always minimal measurement amounts of differences between all of our machines, and there's always that small chance of difference. Another idea is to take and use your gray plate instead of your white one. Either one I've had success with. It's just like a tiny fraction of an inch, like a 1/64th or something like that. Okay. Alrighty. So here we go. Take our scratchy plate, and I'm going to use some sticky notes that are called Post-it tape. I got this and I love it. For some reason, I feel like it's more usable over and over again than just sticky notes in general. So I'm going to stick that on there like that. Grab another one. So after I've cut with these, I'm just going to take and stick them onto my cutting machine to save and use for later. So there, we've stuck those down. We know that our dies are lined up with the flowers on here. I'm going to sandwich that in there and grab and go. Gotta love this little guy. He's so cute. The mini boss. Okay, so we've got those pieces done. And again, I'm just going to take this tape. I'm going to stick it on here. And then when I want to do die cutting like this again, where I really need to line things up, I can grab that tape and reuse it again. All right. Set this guy aside. And our dies, we're done die cutting. In fact, that's okay. I probably should have done the third one too. I'm going to need one of these, but that's okay. You'll see the finished version. Okay, next, let's grab our base again. And one thing I want to do before I actually add these is I want to do, yes, flip your plate regularly. Thank you, Trisha. If you're having that issue, and it was doing it with mine too, I have to flip this a little bit more. It starts to bow in one direction. Bow. Okay. So I'm going to take and curl the edges of my flowers. I'm using my thumb against my bone folder like this, and then I'm rotating. Okay, and that just gives my flowers a little bit of a dimension, a curve to them. You can even curve in the other direction too to just give it more of a pop. So I'm going to do that with the petals. I'm going to do this petal maybe downward. It's up to you how you want to do it. But it just gives it a little more lift and dimension, obviously, right? Here we go. Let's take our seal and put it down this side through here. And then I'm going to position my flower just underneath, kind of in that spot right about there. Okay. Now it's ready to go with the rest of the embellishments. So what do? We need paper for the inside of our card. We need paper for our label piece. This is scrap. I don't know why that's still here. For our little sentiment or / label piece, we're going to stamp our word on here, and we're going to punch it out with our double oval punch. Hi, Leanne from Moorhead. Good to see your name pop up. Okay, so here's our double oval punch. We're going to do our daffodil in this size, and we're going to do our soft sea foam in this size. So let's just put this into our punch. We've got our piece for our layer. We can put that aside. In fact, let's just add this to the inside. We're not going to stamp on it. If we're going to stamp on this, I would recommend stamping on it first and then adding it, because if you make a mistake, you can always flip it over and stamp on the other side. Okay, there, that's done. And this is going to go here. This is going to go here. So we just need our little sentiment piece, and we need our embellishments, and then I get to show you the other versions, okay? Okay, I have heard of doing that too, Rosemary. I'm not so sure that that's a great idea, but you could try it. She's asking if you've ever done put them in the microwave. I've heard about that, and I don't know. I would love to hear if other people have had success on that. Kind of scares me to put something in the microwave that's not food. But I know that what I do normally is I just keep flipping them. Flip them over, you know, back and forth. And that tends to keep them flatter. Okay, so let's stamp on this. And we're not going to stamp with just regular ink. We're going to stamp with the Versamark ink. Now, when I open this up, you're going to go, ooh, it's dirty. If you've ever had a Versamark ink pad, you know that it never stays pristine and white. So there's our dirty Versamark pad. Sorry. I've got our white embossing powder, because Versamark and embossing powder and then heated is going to give us a heat embossed look. Plugging in my heat tool. Forgot to plug that in earlier. I've got my heat tool ready. So we have our three parts. We have our ink, we have our powder, and we have our heat. Now we just need our stamp. All right, where did he go? Oh, you know what? I don't think I've mounted it yet. So let's grab our stamp from here. We're going to use the Hello stamp. And I need a block. And I haven't put the label on yet. Oh my gosh. You know what? Let's do that really quick. I haven't put labels on any of these because I've just been having too much fun, and I just dove right into my stamps. Okay, there's my little label for the Hello. I'm going to peel back these two pieces here so that when I have them on my block, I can grab that right away. Now I'm going to grab the whole thing. So I'm grabbing the sticker and the parts that I'm going to peel back. I'm going to stick this onto my block. Okay, and now I can grab these and peel them away. I'm going to flip this over and put it against something that's a different color, which the yellow should work, hopefully. And I'm going to line up my sticker with the stamp. And I'm doing this at an angle, so you guys, I hope it's lined up. There we go. And that's how you do it. Super quick. And then you want to grab your fingernail. If you don't have a fingernail, grab something just to make sure that you are able to lift up without peeling that label back off and on. Okay? So there you go. There's our stamp. That's what I should have done before the video started. Ink it up in Versamark, and we're going to stamp it down somewhat in the middle of this scrap. And you can see the ink is on there. It's clear, sticky ink. We're going to close this. We're going to bring our white embossed powder in here and sprinkle that over the top. Tap off the excess. And now we have our word in powder form. We need to heat the powder so that the powder will melt. Hence the heat gun. Lisa Fisher says, I never use my stamp labels. I know, you know what? Sometimes we just want to dive in and stamp. I know. It'll cling either way. Okay. Oh, hi, Deb. Okay, I've heated it up so that it'll go really fast. I'm angling the gun away from my fingers. I do have a tweezers. I just forgot to grab it. But yeah, and I'm just wiggling it back and forth. You can see it change. Isn't that cool? I'm going to flip it this way now and angle it that way. And there's our beautiful, beautiful word, our white embossed hello. We're going to grab this punch, stick that in there, line it up, and punch it out. This is a super simple card. Powder, just a little bit. Okay, let's grab this card again. We're going to add, oh my gosh, I've got a little bit of powder everywhere here. We're going to grab this piece. We're going to add that with lots of seal adhesive. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put seal on the back of this guy. Okay, let's say we don't have that issue of lots of adhesive to get under. We can still tuck it. There we go. So we're going to put that under there. We're going to stick this here. We're going to press that down. We're going to press that down. Notice I didn't put adhesive all the way to the edge because I want this portion of the flower to still kind of stick up. And then this one's going to come in here, and I think I have it also tucked under, somewhat like that. Okay, so let's add adhesive to that one. And if you want to put dimensionals, you can. Again, I'm just putting adhesive in the back lower portion where I want it to for sure connect. And then we're going to stick that about there. Press that down, make sure your oval is straight. This piece is going to get dimensionals. So I'm going to put one here and one here. Peel off the backings and press that down, making sure it's straight again. Looks straight to me. I think I had a little bit of stickiness on the back side here. I'm going to grab my adhesive eraser. You can pick these up at like a dollar store. I also have them in my favorite things section of my website. So if you do not have an adhesive eraser, oh, so much better. There we go. So there's that. We have more though. Pretend like I cut out this guy. Okay. Very tiny piece. It's a very tiny piece. So then I would recommend coming in with your multi-purpose glue. Stick a little bit of glue on the back side and then put that little piece in there. I think I have one. Hang on. Oh, I do have one. It's over here somewhere. I found one. Found one. We'll just do it. Okay, we're going to put the bone folder on that one too. I knew I had some extras cut out. We'll stick a little bit of glue back here and we'll tuck it in right about there. And it just gives a little bit more, I don't know, it just kind of separates this piece from this section a little bit more because you've got that little lift there. Now we're going to bring in the, here they are, the loose frosted dots. Modesto, California. Hi, Linda. So the loose frosted dots we're going to add with our our multi-purpose liquid glue. Some people call it the green glue or green cap glue. This is multi-purpose. I've just put it into a precision tip bottle, which you can also find in my favorite things on my website if you're looking for that. All right, so let's take and grab our take your pick tool. We're going to squeeze that little gummy end there so that we can pick up a few of these pieces. And I already know where my pieces are going to go. I want to put one right here. So I'm just going to squeeze out a little bit of glue there. I'm going to put another one right next to it, kind of downwards a little bit. I want the Daffodil Delight one right here. And I want the smaller one, oh, I got it. Yay! Right there. You may have to take and kind of tap it off with either a scissors point or something because sometimes that glue isn't strong enough to really grab it right away. And then we want one more up here. So I'm going to stick some glue down right about there. And there's three sizes. There are three sizes. So we're going to put our third one right up there. And there is our finished hello card. So sweet, so pretty. Love this little hint of the designer paper. And then when you open it up, there's all of it on the inside. It's so beautiful, right? So, and here's another version, pretty much the same card. Okay, now this one here, and I'm just going to grab my Post-it note off the back side. Instead of embossing the word, and I'm going to zoom out just a tad here. Instead of embossing the word, I took and embossed the leaves. So I used, and we're going to grab that, I used some cardstock that coordinates with the colors. Oh, I grabbed the wrong color. Hang on. Here it is. I grabbed some Flirty Flamingo cardstock. You can see that that's what I used for the leaves. That's what I used for the base of the card. And then Petal Pink is the other accent color right here. So Petal Pink and Flirty Flamingo are the two cardstock colors that I used. But you can see that there's also another one in there. And that is a specialty paper that we have. That specialty paper comes in lots of different colors. Not lots, 3. Lots in that it's not just one pack of one color. You get 2 sheets of each of these, and now I'm zoomed in too close again. You get 2 sheets of each of these, Fresh Freesia, Gold, and Soft Succulent, which pair up really well with the cards that I made today. I used the gold though on this card, so you can see the gold is on the scallop oval and then one of the strips. I also used the Flirty Flamingo accents right here and here. Okay, and I curved up the leaves. This is the inside of it and the outside. Fun version, right? Okay, then on the next card. So this is another version of that same card. And I would love it if you guys tell me what your favorite is at the end. Okay, so far we have the first version, the second version. Okay, this is the third version. All the rest of these, by the way, will have leaves instead of flowers because I'm a leaf fan. All right, so then we've got our colors on this paper, and this designer paper has Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. Again, colors that are being brought back with this paper. So pretty, right? This color here is Pool Party, which I also think pairs up real nicely with those 2 colors. So if you're looking for a 3-color combination, this is a great combination to do. So Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, and Pool Party. And with that, here's my 3 colors. So I used those, except I didn't have any Lost Lagoon extra cardstock. So I only used Pool Party on the leaves here, and then I used Pretty Peacock here and here. And then for that lighter look that wasn't Pool Party, I used some more of this shimmer paper. Instead of using the gold this time, I used the Soft Succulent. So Soft Succulent is what it looks like in cardstock. There it is in the shimmer. Let me put this color next to Lost Lagoon for a minute. They're not too far off. I mean, they are on camera, it looks like. But in person, they're not too far off. And when you pair up this color with this paper, if you just look at it like this, you can kind of see how they might work together. It's really hard in the camera to see that look, but it's true. So I used Soft Succulent on some further cards where I was trying to get the duplication of Lost Lagoon, which I don't have extra of. Okay. On this card, I also used the 3rd color of embellishments in that container, the Pretty Peacock one. Okay. All right, so there is the next card. Now let's grab the 4th card. And I'm just going to grab this sticky on here to make sure I'm telling you everything. On the 4th card, oh, and by the way, no embossing on this one. I only used the Pretty Peacock ink, which I still have. I know, crazy, right? I hung on to that color. I love it. It's not available right now, by the way. Okay, so here is the 4th version of the card. Now the 4th version uses Soft Succulent cardstock here. Thank you for sharing, Becky, and thanks for mentioning that you shared because you get entered in the prize drawing for that. So here's the Soft Succulent with Soft Succulent ink. And this is Soft Succulent ink on white cardstock. I've used Soft Sea Foam, which is in the designer paper, for one of my strips and for the inside. I've used Basic White for the inside as well. And for that extra strip, the specialty paper has changed. It is specialty paper. You can see the ridges on it. So that paper is this one here. Again, you get 3 of each. Okay, and it comes in Balmy Blue shaded spruce, and basic white. Those are the three colors in this set of papers, specialty papers. The specialty paper is called textured shimmer paper, and they all have that ribbed kind of corduroy feel to them. Okay, so that's that paper. And okay, just making sure I have everything here. And the last thing I want to tell you about this card is, do you see those embellishments? They look like soft, succulent little embellishments, right? But we don't have that. Instead, we have these elegant faceted gems. The clear gems, when you put them onto your project, they're clear. And so any color that you have underneath them just shines and makes it look as if that's the color gem you have. Really fun. So those are called elegant faceted gems. And then here is another version. So I actually made a mistake when I was creating these cards. I made a mistake and scored mine the other way. I scored it so that the fanciest part of the designer paper was on the front, which I didn't intend on doing, but it still looks good. Okay, so here is the inside, a little more subtle, not as loud, right? And here's the outside. So these two cards are exactly the same except for the way I positioned the paper. Okay? All right. Then we have, and I'm just put that one down there. Gosh, now we have 5 cards sitting out. Do you guys have a favorite yet? Kim says she really likes all the versions. That's so sweet of you. You got to pick one though. Pick one. Okay? Which one calls out to you? All right, so then we have another one. This one is using pretty much the same papers, except now I brought in oops, I have to position that again. Soft succulent as my base instead of soft seafoam. Okay? And this is the soft succulent leaves, the soft succulent strip, the white, the soft succulent ink, that textured shimmer paper. Oh, that's what's new on this one. Rachel put on a completely different gem. Now we're using, I know, lots of greens, you guys. Now we're using a different gem. And these gems come from our In Color set, our 2021 through 23 In Color Opal Rounds. Obviously, I'm almost done with my soft succulent ones. We have Evening Evergreen, soft succulent, polished pink, fresh freesia, and hang on. Oh gosh. Oh, I forgot the last name. You guys, I'm bad. Sorry. Call it out. Somebody tell me. Number 3. A lot of you are loving the Pretty Peacock one. I love it. Okay, so anyways, I used the soft succulent on there. Pale Papaya. I got it. I got it. Yay. All right, the next card is also green. Surprise, surprise. The first 2 are pinkish. The other ones are all greenish. But look what I did. I brought in blackberry. So blackberry is the dark color and also the ink, and fresh freesia is the light color purple. So we have the dark and the light color purples that pair so well together. And then I've also used the fresh freesia opal rounds here as accents. So those are, I guess there's 7 cards. 7 cards. Alrighty. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts, your votes. I'm going to tidy up here and make sure I've told you everything that I need to tell you on those cards. Remember, what did I call it? I called it the double-sided designer paper card because it's not really a fun fold card. It's just, I mean, you do put a little bit of a twist in your designer paper, but basically you're just folding back a portion to expose it. And again, you want to pick out designer paper that when folded over onto itself, both sides will coordinate together. I did choose that extra color, which isn't even in the pack because this paper, this soft succulent, was so neutral. I mean, it was almost, because it doesn't have a lot of color to it. It's just the white and soft, not soft succulent, sorry, soft seafoam. It doesn't have a lot of color to it, so I thought I can add in an extra color. And green and purple, as Vicki Spicer knows, I think she was on earlier, those 2 colors look super pretty together. But you could do that with any of them. You could take and add, I don't know, like a orangish color to this, or a a blue. You know, you could add another color in there and make them even more personalized to whatever event you want to do. Maybe you're making a bunch of shower cards and you want to coordinate them with the colors of the wedding or something, right? I'm glad you like them, Donna. Thank you. Thank you so much. Edith says that she likes the second one the best. So she must be a pink and well, you know what? This is gorgeous paper. This is one of my favorites in the pack. So that might be it too. But pink, it's screaming pink. That's what it is, right? Lots of news. Let's see, where do I want to start here? We have, and then we're going to do prizes. But speaking of colors, okay, where did that little embellishment go? This is the 2021 through 23 in colors. Alrighty. We have in colors, I'm going to move my screen here and pull up something in the online store. I'm going to bring you guys over to my computer. Okay, let's go over here. And sorry, look at all those tabs. Okay, we're going to go to the online store and we're going to go to the menu, go to shop products, and let's go to coloring, ink and coloring. Is this what I want to do? No, that's not what I want to do. Hold on. We're going to go to shop. Oh, where was it, Rachel? There's a section that I swear can get you to all the colors. Should we just go to ink? No. I don't know. I don't know. I wanted to show you the colors, you guys. We have colors. Is it ink? Rachel. Okay, anyways, here, color collection. There we go. We have colors in different collections. We have the brights, we have the neutrals, we have the regals, and we have the subtles. Those colors stick around for a long time, right? But we have these in colors. So let's take a look at the in colors. We actually have 2 sets of in colors. Gosh, I swear, you guys, there's 2 sets of in colors. Where? This is a joke. Somebody help me out. On the website, you should be able to shop by color. There it is. Shop by color. It wasn't as intuitive as I thought it was. Shop by color. There it is. The 2021 through 23 in colors, the ones that I'm sharing with you now in that embellishment sheet, are typically saying goodbye. And I say typically because we also see this pretty peacock and Lost Lagoon coming. Is it safe to assume that there's going to be some color changes going on? I don't know, but I do want to alert you to the fact that the in colors that are on there last year typically say goodbye. So if there's one of those colors, Fresh Freesia, Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, Polished Pink, or the Pale Papaya, if you're loving one of those colors, you'll want to click on the 2021 through 23, and you'll want to see if there's anything in here that contains those colors that you'll want to get your hands on. Maybe an ink refill, maybe cardstock to keep you going, right? If there's a favorite color, it may be gone. And I say may be gone because they're bringing out Peacock and Lost Lagoon in this designer paper. So, right? Okay, no official news has been shared, so I just don't want to get in trouble, but I'm just saying, who knows? All right, back to the desktop. So that's a bit of news. Don't wait until they post things that are retiring. Grab up your favorite stuff now if there's a favorite, just because we don't want to have something sell out right on the day that it's posted. Online exclusives, I talked about that. If you are dying to get your hands on this stuff now and you can't wait until March 1st, you can get the starter kit, which could include that cool machine, because that cool machine is part of the starter kit special. It's exclusive and it's only for people who are getting the starter kit. There's 3 options in it. 2 of them include the white or the boho machine. Anyways, those online exclusives, March 1st. Wait for them if they are not available yet. And then there's, let's see here, back ordered versus sold out. I just want to kind of hit on that really quick. A lot of people emailing me lately is this gone? It says on the website it's not available. Okay, if it's not available but it's still showing, that product is going to come back. If you searched for it and it doesn't come up, then it's sold out. Okay? Hopefully that helps. Alrighty. I think that's it. Okay, good. Let us move these out of the way. It's so fun to see your votes, you guys. Oh, I know what it was. I know what I was going to tell you. Okay, those of you that were on live on YouTube with me last week, we had somebody pretending to be me. It was a spam profile, so it was a false profile that had my profile picture in it, but it had the word Telegram or something in it. If you received or receive an email or some message that says you won a prize and it has the word Telegram in my profile name, it's a spam profile, okay? So just know that, and I'm sorry about that. I banned that person or robot from my site, so hopefully it won't happen again, but yeah, crazy. Okay, I'm going to put these down on the desktop so you can see. This was the option for last week's live winners. We had some celebration picks. I know, host level, which you can only get at the 300. We also have a level 2 in there, and then we have a couple level 1s in here that are really popular. These are the choices. If you don't want those, you could also choose the tutorial. There's tutorial bundles that I've had in the past. Those are always an option. So we have some past winners, and I want to bring those names up. So these are after live commenters from last week's video. So if your name is on the screen when I flip over the computer, you'll want to reach out and let me know which stamp set or which tutorial you would like. Okay, so let's bring you over there. We have Mary Lou Tiger, and your name came from the YouTube commenters. Congratulations, Mary Lou. Make sure you reach out to me at stampyourartout@comcast.net so I can get you your prize choice. Pick it out. And then from Facebook commenters, we have Susan. Let's see here. Davidio? Susan Davidio. Did I say it right? I love trying to say names correctly, so hopefully I did. Susan, you also have a choice of those stamp sets. Let's bring you guys back to there so you can see. Okay? All right, now I'm going to move those away and bring in the prize choices for this week's winners. Actually, let me just mention something quick here too, okay? These winners' names are going to be gone soon, so if your name is called right now, you have a past prize that you haven't claimed yet. Phyllis Wendt. Phyllis, W-E-N-D-T, this is your prize. Connie York, you have this one. Connie York, you get both of these. They're leftovers from 2 of my kits. Connie York. Then we also had Patty Sharkley. You get to pick from the Let's Party, or the other one is Kindness Cards. I don't have it with me, I guess. But Kindness Cards or Let's Party. And then we didn't have one of the winners from last week, the live winner, Barbie Cerna. You did not reach out to me yet to claim your celebration pick that was shown just a while ago. Again, you get to pick from any of these, or you can choose a tutorial, okay? Alrighty, this is this week's prize offerings. You get 1/4 of a pack. So I'm going to cut this beautiful shimmer paper that has 2 sheets of soft succulent, gold, and fresh freesia in it. I'm going to cut it into quarters so that we'll have for our 4 winners a 6x6 pack of 6 sheets of that shimmer paper, and then you also get to pick out one of these embellishments. We have the adhesive back stars, flat adhesive back pearls, the opaque adhesive back gems, or you have the variegated balmy blue ribbon. I do have to tell you that I opened these, but I never got to them. So it's open, but it's not used. Okay, so just don't be alarmed if you choose that and it comes that way. So our winners are, oh yay, look at that. I'm going to click away from here. We've got, great timing, Trisha. We have Deborah Davis and Sandy Schultz. You are the 2 winners for our live drawing. Let's see if I can find your comment again. and remove it. There we go. So congratulations. Make sure that you reach out to me at stampyourartout@comcast.net so that I can get those to you. I think that's it. I think I covered everything, even the thing I forgot in the beginning, which was that spam person, right? Okay, so next week I will be live on February 22nd at 11 a.m. Central Time. I don't have my project planned. Oh my gosh. Usually I have like 2 or 3 thought out, but I am just in this creating mode right now, and I got stuck on one of these cards that I just have to share soon. It's one that I'm not going to tell you how to make yet, but it's just so stinking cute because it needs a video. And right now, somebody in my team has a video for it. So I'm going to show the card on my blog in the coming days. You're going to go, oh my gosh. And then I'm going to lead you to where you can find more information for how to make it. So don't worry. You'll be able to make it if you really want to, or you can wait a while. Okay. So take care, everybody. Watch for my blog posts. Also come back and visit next week. And I'll have something created, I'm sure. I've got lots of things in the works. It's just, I'm stuck on that one card right now. So I will let you all go. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you in 7 days from now. Take care, everyone. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye, everyone.